The politicization of a death. I'm Brian Lilley with the Rebel.media. We're going to a dangerous place in this country, in the nation's capital specifically, after a 37-year-old Ottawa man to succumb to injuries that he sustained during an arrest by Ottawa police on Sunday. Abdirahman Abdi died on Monday. He had been in an altercation with police after calls were made about a violent man assaulting people on a Wellington Street coffee shop. Police showed up. Mr. Abdi ran. They gave chase. They caught up to him outside of his apartment building, and the altercation went south from there. There were injuries, and there are reports that police brutality was involved. The province's Special Investigations Unit is looking into the matter. They've taken over, and police are no longer involved in the investigation. There's video of Mr. Abdi lying on the ground after the arrest, but no video that we've seen so far of the arrest itself to back up claims that it was violent, that excessive force was used. But the bottom line is, Mr. Abdi's family is grieving the loss of a loved one. Yet, within minutes of his death being announced on Monday afternoon, there were calls that this was a race-based arrest, that this was a race-based killing by police, and that the Ottawa police are full of racists. Check out this tweet. It's from D.K. Sawyer. He's a local union activist in the Ottawa area, calling out Black Lives Matter and saying that Ottawa police killed a man. Then we've got this one from Amario Reza. Shame on you, five Ottawa police officers who murdered unarmed Abdirahman Abdi by beating him. Black Lives Matters. And then we've got Huffington Post columnist and activist Rachel DeCoste, who said when Ottawa cop was videotaped beating an innocent black woman, he got away with it. And then she links to the last time that a black man was killed at the hands of Ottawa police, claiming that this was racism. She has to go back to 1991 for that. In the middle of all this, you've got a grieving family, you've got a police force under attack, and the politicization of a man's death. Do we know all the facts? No. We can't exonerate the police any more than we can say Mr. Abdi was doing things that led to a violent arrest and something just went south. We can't clear the police, nor can we convict them. But a man is dead and his family is grieving. And what's happening is that activists are using this to import the Black Lives Matter movement from the United States into Canada to claim systemic police racism on a force that hasn't had that charge laid against them. This is the politicization of a death for an agenda-driven purpose. If there was regular beatings of black men by Ottawa police, if there were regular shootings of black men by Ottawa police, men that were unarmed, then, hey, I'd be there with them saying, there's a problem here and the police force better look into it. But we don't have that in the nation's capital. We don't have that in Canada. But activists want it to happen, and they want to import a political movement that's more about division than unity, to drive a wedge between the black population and the rest of the population, between the black population and police. Even the Muslim Association is getting into it. The National Council of Muslims, formerly known as CARE Canada, they're calling for an independent investigation to prove that this was not a bigoted arrest, that it wasn't because he was Muslim. I'm not sure how police would have known that. There are reports that Mr. Abdi either had mental conditions, was suffering mental health issues, some saying he was nonverbal. Did police know this at the time? Or did they simply know that they were dealing with a man who was acting out in the street, acting in a violent way, assaulting people in the neighborhood when they went to arrest him? It's time that we wait for the facts and step back before importing an explosive and divisive and destructive political agenda from the United States that they've designed to deal with a problem that we simply do not have in this country. Take a step back from your respective political perch, whatever it is, and let's wait for the facts before we condemn anybody.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.